Bruh, ain't nothing funnier than viewing somebody's story who trying to sneak diss you. You know, some niggas need their internet access taken away. They be so well behaved any other time of the day, doing right by the county and shit, finna win a Nobel Peace Prize and shit. The second they get behind a keyboard, they thinking they part of the mafia, posting guns and shit. You're not about that life, bro. Just calm it down. Y'all might be wondering, like, who am I to say who's about what? Cause I ain't no thug. I ain't nowhere near a gangster. Matter of fact, I'm the opposite. You know, I'm quite sophisticated. You know, I like reading, writing, puppies and shit. You know, I can't even watch the last episodes of shows, you know, cause I might cry. Like, I'm really a sweet guy. I'm sweet as a Mike and Ike, but that Mike stand for brain, cause I'm holding that bang in me for when it really matters. To be honest, that's the only time I show up, when it matters. So it's easy to spot a nub that I know will disappear when things start to fall apart. The ones that try so hard to seem like they stepping on somebody can't even stroll on the dance floor. Matter of fact, they square dancing that bitch when it comes down to it. You know, I'm a polite one. You know, I really got manners. Like, my etiquette is off the charts. Like, if you come around me, I'll make you feel like you at home. Like, I'll make you feel and know that there's nothing to worry about. I'm a humanitarian. But I'm bold enough to lose my mind when I have to. I know people can't spaz on their own. They can only spaz indirectly. They can only talk they shit through a repost. Like, I know nobody can say it with their chest, bro. Say it with your chest. They can only sneak this with an Instagram story post that got 29 views. You know, you can at me, sweetheart. You know that it take them 40 minutes to type these 2 lines thinking they wrote a diss track. They start moving like they part of the Drake and Kendrick beef, except nobody gives the slightest shit about what they gotta say. Not even the crickets. Wait till people realize that the only thing that people care about is what they finna eat today, if they left their headphones at home, and if the cold side of the pillow is actually gonna be cold by the time they go to sleep. You know, nobody give a fuck about what they gotta say. Niggas be afterthoughts. They'll do this hoopla just to smile in your face the next day, stoked as fuck, hitting you with a dap crispier than McNuggets while engaging in pointless small talk like we on the Jennifer Hudson show or some shit. Bro, you should know these niggas ain't gonna ever stand on what they say. You know how many times I had a problem with people and I didn't even know it. How I don't know about my own problems. How I'm out my own mix. Can't even taste my own cake batter. I had to hear from the grapevine. How I'm supposed to know there's a problem if you ain't say nothing? People just talk just to talk, bro. They don't even know why they talking. They just talk. How you talking up a storm but afraid of the thunder? Bitch, I'm SGA. You know, I won the MVP and a ring in the same year. You know, niggas be KD, bro. They gotta click up to win. People only feel bold when they got background dancers behind them. You don't need others to be strong, little bro Biden. Y'all ever heard the saying, follow the beat to your own drum? You know, niggas take that information and make Goofy Goober rock. Hey, little nephew, bro, half the time people gang up on you, bro, he don't even got nothing to do with something you did, bro. I want you to know that. You ain't even do the shit. You know, I told y'all, most of the problems I had with people, I don't even know about. I know a nigga whose girl told him she wished he was more like the Joker. You know, that nigga lost his mind on me as if it was my fault. Nigga, the only thing that I care about is food, you know, orange chicken. You know, I don't give a shit about her. Could give a fuck. You know, niggas be DM demons, having a roster 50 deep, knowing that each and every one of them will flip on them like day and night fucking with somebody else. And they won't lose not 1 hour of sleep about it. The second the one they least care about actually like they homeboy, they drop down to their knees, livid as fuck, on the verge of cardiac arrest. They be stressed as shit at 2 a.m. using Pringles as breath mints, looking for memes about betrayal to repost on their story. Hey, jackass, first of all, she don't even like me like she thinks she do. She just like my aesthetic. She don't even like me like she thinks she do. She just like the way I smile. She don't even like me like she thinks she do. She just heard her friend want me. She don't even like me like she thinks she do. Her old nigga just got tired of her. She don't even like me like she thinks she do. She just don't got shit else to do with herself. All she ever fucked with was cornballs. You know, I can't possibly be her type. Second of all, bro, you can't trip about no internet girl because, you know, none of them are ever yours. Crazy thing is, you not competing with no other dude either. You competing with Instagram feeds and For You pages of doom. They see some jackass on TikTok buy his bitch a chocolate covered hot air balloon with a large Sprite and assume you ain't nothing because you ain't got to that point yet. Not realizing that the nigga in the video didn't beat his girl for the 27th night in a row, adding to the streak like the Heat in 2013. But it don't matter because they want to smile and go viral like the girl in the video. Nigga ain't showed her attention since St. Patrick's Day. You know, I would go viral for a smile like that too. They preach so much about love bombs, but it's the only thing they accept. Because if you do something genuine, they gonna come up with every other reason as to why it isn't genuine. They run to the internet for answers. Hoes post so much about wanting peace, but be the sole purpose of not getting it. You know, the internet go have them all the way convinced that you ain't shit. Of course, what would they know about a real nigga? You know, they on the internet 24/7 for a reason. Every nigga they had treated them like, you know, Dijon mustard. Trail mix. They friends get passed around like magic. What the fuck would they know? You know, I ain't like these other niggas. You know, I do whatever you want if you let me. You know, I ain't like your dad. It's winter time. And I'm trying to act like Santa Claus. Just send me the list, you know. And I'm only with it because you naughty and nice. You know, that's Santa's cause. Like, take advantage of me giving while I'm in the mood. You know, it's December, but this ain't my season of giving to just anybody. You know, you can't give to everybody these days, bro, because you know, people don't deserve it like they think they do. You know, everybody don't deserve it like they think. They don't contribute to your life in any aspect, just there because they think they got to. They just there because they don't know any better. You know, literal life co-workers. Ask yourself, would certain people be around you if they had everything figured out? Would they take the time to say that they still believe in you if they had it all figured out? If they ever believed in you. People don't be sticking around because they believe in you. They stick around just in case. Niggas that was trying to make you stop what you was doing be the first ones to want to get put on when you get going. Be the first ones lined up to eat. You know, if you ask me, I don't give a shit if you starve. You know, it's not my problem. And it never will be. You better feast your eyes, cause I got hella memory. See, like, people don't think I remember the shit they did or said, but I'ma always be the first to make you stand on that shit. People think they get off the hook cause most of the shit they do goes unchecked. They can't comprehend the fact that some people rather watch than talk. The only reason that people are kept around is because, you know, you see the good in them, but it don't matter cause they'll never see it in themselves. All them times you convinced yourself that you don't peep the things you know you peep, always come back to haunt you, and you know it too. All them times you did the very opposite of what your brain was telling you to do. And the very truth is, you treat people like a safe space, they ain't gonna do shit but slap you in the face. They start talking about, I don't remember that. You know, I ain't say that. I ain't do that. I don't remember. Well, shit I do. So stop capping. You look goofy, nitwit. But people don't even know how to lie nowadays. Body language all tense, animations exaggerated, eyeballs frozen in place and shit. People don't even know how to lie. How you lying, don't even know how to lie? Terrible liars, bro. Everybody, terrible liars. It be looking like I'm watching a Tubi scene in front of my eyes. Terrible actors. They ain't gonna ever make it to the big screen. Won't ever come close to the thought of a Grammy with this shit. The only star that they'll ever be is Patrick, because they do absolutely nothing longer than anybody else. I don't know why people think they can do people in any old kind of way and feel entitled to get away with it. Because what? Because they spent so much time with you? Because they know you? Listen up, little nephew. You know, you can only know somebody as much as you know yourself. Let me tell you something. Most people have no idea who they are. I say out of every person in my life I've ever met, 101% of them never knew me. They tell you they do. They talk to me like they do. They go around acting like we was close. But only I know the truth. They only know as much as their minds will allow them to know. You know, the ones that swore they understood ain't even scratched the surface. They delusional. They don't know shit. These niggas don't know a beetroot from a Crash Bandicoot. You know, if everybody knew me, then why I feel like I got so many secrets? Like how I'm talking to y'all on this channel, this is the real me. But if I talk to anybody that's around me, they gonna start looking at me sideways. They report me to the authorities. You know, I get beheaded in a public execution. Y'all know that like the ones around you be so quick to say they feel you. They can't possibly feel you if they trying to compete with you at the same time. You know, those two actions contradict each other. Take my honest words when I say nobody, Take my honest words when I say this. Nobody can feel you and compete with you at the same time. They don't go together. It makes no sense. Niggas can't relate to me or they can't compete with me either. Like they think they want to. You know, I ball like I'm in the NBA. The only time they up the score is when they playing 2K. You know, I ball like D-Rose. These niggas is D-Rose in, cause they ain't never getting past the king. You know, I'm 1, these niggas 2. I'm A, these niggas B, not Yonsei. But when the Juker come around, bro, all these niggas gotta get in formation. The only wins they got, they begged for it. You know, how can they be me? You know, how can they be you? The only time they shine is when you step out the spotlight. You know, you playing chess, these niggas playing checkers. I play chess, these other niggas play at checkers. You know, we can't ever be the same. We can't ever be equal. And I never see no man as competition. And y'all shouldn't either. If this world was filled with dudes only, I'd quarantine for the rest of my life. Probably wouldn't even get out the bed. You know, you would lose your mind if you think I'd wake up to these niggas, bro.